Hi everyone, Tim Hannon from Golden Stars here. It's been quite some time since I put a video up. Winter time, of course, not doing any gold panning. Looking forward to the spring for that. And of course, some imaging with the astronomy. This video is about an instrument that a lot of people have today. It's called the Acurite. I'm not even sure what number this. Oh, there it is on the side. Model 01534D. I guess that's an I. I've had it for about, oh, pardon me. I've had it for about 3 years, and for the first year it works fantastic. And as you can see over here, have full bars, full strength. Now my antenna, or the instrument part of it, this part of it here, is outside about 250 feet away on a pole 20 feet high. My problem is that it's well within the 330 feet that they advertise, but it has that distance to travel and 3 walls to go through. So I get a fairly weak signal. Well, the first year that I had it, it dropped complete signals now and then, not too often. And then I went through a year where I don't think it dropped more than 2 or 3 times where I would completely drop signal. And it would be for about an hour or so, and it would come back. And now this past year, all of a sudden, I had a stretch where it started dropping signal almost every single day. And I was looking around to figure out how to increase signal strength. And I saw a couple of videos on YouTube, and one of them said to take the antenna that is located in here and attach a wire to it and run it out and back and out the weed pole for the rain gauge, which is up here. In other words, he hooked it to the antenna, ran it inside the unit and then out that weed pole. And he says that it increased the signal completely. It had no more problems. Well, I had just dropped my pole. As I say, it was 20 feet high. It's a kind of a pain in the neck to do because I change my batteries every November just before winter and put new lithium batteries in. And I had just dropped it and put it back up, and I just was not about to do that. I saw where this guy had hooked this wire to his antenna inside. There were a couple of people who commented, and one of them commented that in time it could damage his unit. Now whether that is true or not, I don't know. Plus, you must realize that if you do this within a year, and you're under warranty and something's you're probably going to void the warranty, so just a warning there. But mine's 3 years old, and I really started having trouble. So I started thinking, well, if I could put an antenna on the one outside, why not just take and attach a wire to the antenna here? And let's see if I can hold this in. If you can see, right here, that little piece of wire, that is hooked inside. I took it apart. I found the antenna, which was kind of hard to do. It's just a tiny copper wire that it's soldered to the board and then goes up and around and over the unit. The electronics kind of tucked away neatly. It was kind of hard to find, but once I found it, I took that thin wire that you see there and I wound it tight around the antenna wire and extended it out. Oh, it comes out the side there, it goes along the top here. Now it's probably a total of maybe 8 inches long. And as soon as I did that, my signal strength came back full, no problems. It works wonderfully. I do have to say that it has dropped signal once or twice since I've done it. But even though it read no bars, like you see full bars over here, right now I got full signals. Every once in a while it would drop, just now and then, not very often, not like it was doing before. And even though it dropped bars, it was still getting enough of a signal where the updates would take place. As you see that, sorry about my hand shaking here, I don't have a tripod. As you can see, all the information coming in here. That 2-mile-an-hour wind just changed to 4, and it's coming from the northwest, so the information's coming in fine. And that's what it would do even though it dropped signal. And the signal would only be gone for, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and it would be back full. And so that started to make me wonder, there was something interfering with it. And I had a weak signal because of the number of the walls that the signal had to pass through. So I started thinking, and being an amateur astronomer, this was before I changed and put the antenna in, I would check the solar every time my signal dropped out. And lo and behold, about 12 hours before each dropout, there would be a solar flare. Now, when I first bought the unit, the sun was headed into its minimum of its 11-year cycle. It was very inactive, and that's why it was working so well. And now this past year, the sun has come out of solar minimum. It's headed up towards its next maximum, and it's become quite active, and it's been dropping off quite a few flares. And it seems like it takes about 12 hours for the plasma from the coronal mass ejections to get to the Earth. And they seem to be I think, what is messing up with the signal when you have a weak signal like I did. But that little piece of wire has really solved my problem. I mean, it rarely drops any signal at all. And if it does, it comes back in just a matter of minutes. So for those of you who might have this instrument, the Acurite weather instrument with the inside display, and are having a signal problems, give that a try. And instead of fooling around, if you've got one on a high pole, try taking this apart very carefully. That copper wire in there is very thin, and attach the wire there. And again, be very careful. If your unit is under warranty, I would check with Acurite first. If it's out of warranty and you want to try and improve it, and you think you want to give it a try, it's not difficult. There's only 4 screws that hold this unit together. The back pops off, it exposes all the electronics, and a lot of times the ones I've seen, the antenna is just a spring, and that's what I was looking for, but there wasn't one. In this case, it just turned out to be a really thin piece of copper wire was the antenna. And I attached onto that small piece of copper wire, and she's been working great ever since. So just a hint for those of you out there who have one of these instruments. They're a joy. Like I say, mine's going on 3 years old, and it's still working beautifully. So there's a hint for you. If it'll help anybody, I hope so. And hopefully I'll be talking to you soon about some gold and astronomy. Talk to you later, guys.